Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Few dua announcement and also program announcement. Our dear brother Sheikh Walid, his brother passed away. Brother Shakut Nawaz Raja passed away in Pakistan. Our dear brother Shams Islam's father, brother Nuran Shah, he is in ICU in Pakistan. And his brother-in-law, our community member, brother Wasim Khan of Allen, he is in critical care and is undergoing heart surgery, so please may God for all of them. Our food bank is requesting for your donations with oil, sugar, rice, or any non-perishable food this Saturday from 9 to 12 in the morning. They will collect donation every Saturday, so you can do it tomorrow or any other Saturday, inshallah. ICC Youth Qiyam with Imam Azhar tonight after Isha. We're inviting all the youths 14 plus age to join and benefit from this program. Ikna Muslim Festival Day at South Park Ranch tomorrow, November 17th from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. Bring your family for a full day of fun activities there, inshallah. Lastly, as you can see, our expansion, alhamdulillah, is in progress. As we are making progress, we're also getting invoices from the contractor to pay them. Many of you already have contributed, some have pledged, didn't contribute yet. We're humbly requesting you to fulfill your pledges. And those of you who would like to contribute again or haven't contributed but would like to contribute now, we're going to collect funds today for our expansion project. On your way out, you can donate generously to fulfilling pledge card, or you can choose expansion project option from the kiosk, or pay cash on your way out to the donation box, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله الذي هدانا إلى دين الإسلام، وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله، وأكمل لنا ديننا وأتم علينا نعمه فرضي لنا الإسلام دينا، فلا نعبد إلا إياه ولا نستعين إلا به. نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له جل وعلا رب الأرباب ومسبب الأسباب، ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا مولانا محمدا عبد الله ورسوله، بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة، فجزاه الله عنا وعن كل المسلمين خيرا. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. أما بعد، رب يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين يا فتاح. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. رب زدني علما والحقني بالصالحين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم. My dear respected elders, brothers and sisters in Islam, priorities. We all have certain priorities in our life. Some of our priorities surround ourselves while others encompass beyond it. For some people, their priorities change over the course of time. And for some others, they are set in stone. As a Muslim, we see our priorities as just that, i.e., ours. It is not about my priorities, my thought process, what I need, what I want, what I desire. Rather, it's about the bigger picture in life, and that is ours. For we are taught to take the complete picture into consideration and not just ourselves. This term that is used frequently in Islam known as ummah, it entails a process wherein you take yourself out of the equation and you allow yourself to assimilate into the grand picture. In order for us to fine-tune and set our priorities, and for us to unite our priorities, the process may seem difficult. For all of us sitting here have our own unique and distinct priorities. And it may seem impossible for all of them to come together and come in sync in a way that one doesn't clash with the other. So how will it be possible that we have a unified priority in life? Well, there is a template. And that template has been laid out to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Mulk, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, أَفَمَنْ يَمْشِي مُكِبًّا عَلَى وَجْهِهِ أَهْدَى أَمَّنْ يَمْشِي سَوِيًّا عَلى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is posing a question to the reader. That person, that individual who walks upside down, mukibban ala wajhi, on his face, is that person straight? Is that person guided? Is that person upright? Or the person who walks correctly on the right path? Downside up, upside down. Which way is correct? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think there was no circus du Soleil at that time, in the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So there were no clowns walking upside down. What was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala trying to tell them as He is trying to tell us? If we look into the tafsir of this verse, we find from amongst the commentary that is there, is that it is referring to priorities. That our priorities are our priorities right, that allows us to be upright, straight, able bodies to walk the path, or have we put ourselves upside down, disabling us from doing anything that we could possibly do if we were the correct way? What are those priorities? In life, our priorities come to life when we face a situation or we're hit by a certain circumstance. What we resort to first, what we turn to first, defines, details our priorities. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had a very unique mission. To some extent, an impossible mission. I didn't say mission impossible, I said impossible mission. Because that mission was such that he could not have succeeded. He could have not succeeded until or unless he aligned every single human being that believed in his message on the correct pattern of priorities. And those priorities do not circulate around the individual. It's beyond the individual. When there's anything that we want to do in life, our first priority is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I am about to do this, I'm about to say this, I'm about to embark on this path. How will my Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala see it? In His eyes, is this legit or not? Is it right or wrong? Will it bring forth goodness or will it be a source or a means of harm? The first priority in my life is to resort to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number 2, how did my Habib Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam do it? If it's good with Allah, then what was the way shown to us by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself states in the Holy Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. The most perfect example that will allow you to sustain yourself and allow yourself to be an example for those after you, and for what you put in place to live beyond your mortal life, is the way of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After that, the third priority is parents. And what I'm about to say or do, is it honoring my parents or dishonoring them? Am I respecting my parents or am I disrespecting them? Number 4 is my family. Where does my family stand in this equation? And last but not least, my wealth. A person, an individual who sets their priority in this format is a person who's upright, standing straight, able to walk the path and move forward and succeed. A person who's upside down is an individual who got their priority the opposite way. That in any given circumstance or time, the first resort that they turn towards is their wealth. My wealth will help me. I have money. I can do miracles with my money. When money starts showing that it's not as powerful as one assumes, then they turn to their long-lost family members. Hello, my brother. How are you? Yeah, I know it's been 15 years. I have a favor to ask you. Mom, yes, I haven't spoken to you for the last 10 years, but I want you to pray for me. Priorities are wrong, because when wealth will fail you, you'll turn to use the people that were always there for you. When the family cannot do anything, we turn to those parents, as I just said. And if it's not the parents, then we go and ask, what did the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam do in this situation? And then we put our hands up and say, oh Allah, help me. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was there from the get-go, He was waiting for you to turn to Him, but the problem was our priorities weren't right. So we had to hit multiple walls until we realized our first resort was in our priority list, our last resort. So the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam allowed the Sahaba to create this mindset by embedding within them this priority. That when they all shared one in the same priorities, it made it able for them, it allowed them to see progress take place. It allowed them to turn their current state of affairs to a better state of affairs. and made the outlook for them and those to come after them a promising one and a long-lasting one. My fellow Muslims, it is due time that we as an ummah realize that our stability is my stability. Our success is my success. If we fail to do that, remember one thing. Our failure will come to haunt us in our own homes. If the ummah fails, I will fail. And if the ummah falls, I will fall also. The question I come to pose here today to myself and to us all is, what is the key to ensuring that we all work together towards the same goal, acknowledging the same priorities to be the key of our stability and prosperity? Well, since we're here to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that the method of success has been laid out to us by the way of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I think we need to turn to him and see how he made it possible. What was his priority as the leader of the community? Number one, when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam migrated from Mecca to Medina, there were many problems confronting him and the believers. There were many items on the to-do list. For example, finding a home or building home for those who just migrated. Finding a stable source of income for those who now had no job. Finding basic needs and necessities for those who left their homes in the middle of the night and took nothing with them. From assimilating within the society and leading the society and gaining the trust within society, there was a humongous, a large, an unending list to do. But the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's immediate task in his quest to building the community was constructing the Prophet's mosque. This undertaking included building a center that the community would revolve around. If this masjid can be built, then through it, by means of it, this community will be built also. He didn't ignore all the other calls and cries and needs. He focused first on building the center of the community. And we are witness to seeing that 1400 years on, that masjid continues to thrive, continues to grow. It draws people towards it from all over the world. Why? Because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam knew that this is the key to our success. And if he was to delay it, if he was to postpone it, if he was to abandon it, he could have made the most beautiful houses for the Sahaba. He could have put forth the best economic plan for the society. But the society would not have thrived for centuries and for the decades that it has. What is a masjid? A masjid is brick walls, colored domes, beautiful decor, amazing faucets and taps, sensor dryers. What is a masjid? We have been fooled, and we will continue to fool ourselves if we believe that the masjid was only the brick in the walls. For the masjid of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was not the walls. It was very simple. For the most part, it didn't even have a roof. And until much later, they got the carpet, i.e. the pebbles. Because when it did rain and the floor would get wet, the sand would become like mud and it would stick to the Sahaba who were praying. And thus they put down pebbles to prevent that sand from touching their bodies. But it was the function of that masjid. It was what that masjid did to the lives of the people which superseded the size, the beauty, the decor of the masjid. Because this center served as a religious, social, political, administrative, and cultural function. It became a catalyst and a standard setter for civilization, building undertakings across the Muslim territories. It was a model. It was a place to be. It was a place to build yourself. Remember one thing, brothers and sisters. We're living in a very unique time where there's a lot of doubt and a lot of confusion. But I'll promise you one thing. No Muslim can thrive and survive without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I challenge anyone to it. And you cannot gain Allah until you get to His house. Because it's through what He sends down in His house that will empower us. It will build us. It will stabilize us. And it will allow us to do great things in our lives, to ourselves, in our communities, and to the world at large. What were some of the distinct points of the Prophet ﷺ's masjid? Number one, it was a center for religious activities. Anything that helped build one's spirituality, it happened in the masjid of Rasulullah ﷺ. It was a center of learning and education. No, it wasn't just Quran and Hadith. It was taking the Quran and Hadith and mastering it to the extent that you could build the world through it. It became such an education center that people from the world round, we all know Imam Bukhari rahimahullah, he traveled thousands of miles. For what reason? Because it became a well-known education center. It was the seat of the Prophet ﷺ's government, i.e., your place in society depends on how great your masjid is in the eyes of society. The legitimacy that you give to the house of Allah, the house of Allah gives to the society at large. It was a welfare and charity center, i.e., it was a place where humanity knew that they can serve and be served. It was a detention and rehabilitation center. What does this mean? At the times of war, prisoners of war would be brought to the masjid. For what? To torture them? To convert them? No. فَإِمَّا مَنًّا بَعْدُ وَإِمَّا فِدَاءً. There was two reasons of bringing prisoners to the masjid. So that you can show them what a Muslim is. You can dispel misconceptions that were rampant in the society of Makkah that led the people to come to war year after year, time after time, war after war. Why? Come and see. This is who we are. A masjid can serve as the greatest instrument to dispel the misconceptions of Islam to the greater world. Bring the people to the masjid. وَإِمَّا فِدَاءً. Or it could be used as a place where these prisoners could be held for ransom to stop this war. For how long? حَتَّى تَضَعَ الْحَرْبُ أَوْزَارَهَا. The time war finishes, they're free. And when they were freed, many of them didn't want to go back. Because they realized the beauty of what Islam was and they understood what a Muslim stood for. It was a place for medical treatment and nursing where people are aided and comforted as we speak today. Masajid in California are serving as a place to house people who are running from the fires. That's what a masjid is. And last but not least, a place where leisure activities occurred. A masjid functioned in a way that it served the needs of the moment. And it empowered the Muslims that attended and frequented it, not for prayer. If our masjid becomes a place just for prayer, I promise you 20 years from now, it will be an empty warehouse. It is a place where we connect to Allah in the best of ways, where we learn the best of knowledge, where we empower ourselves and others with the best of tools, where we serve humanity in the best of ways, where we bring forth goodness into a world of confusion in the best of manners. History serves as a guide of how the mosque of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ evolved throughout the ages as the needs of the humanity and the community surrounding it changed. Brothers and sisters in Islam, our masjid isn't just bricks and walls. Our masjid isn't here so that we can look at this structure and adore it and praise it. As our masjid embarks on its phase to complete this construction, I want you all to know something very clearly. The work is not ending. The work has just begun. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He allows our hearts to connect to His house. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to empower us with the needs of this moment through the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to empower ourselves, educate our families, unite our community, and do goodness in the world that is craving for this goodness and that is thirsty for this goodness. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد. My brothers and sisters in Islam, once more, as this masjid is moving on towards the real work, beyond the structure, the classroom, the facilities themselves, we are embarking upon the most critical and crucial part of our journey that will define us for generations to come. Will these walls last beyond us? It all depends on how far we pitch and how far we strive to secure Islam for generations to come. The stronger the center, the stronger the community. The stronger the community, the stronger the families. The stronger the families, the stronger we will become as individuals. If anyone could tell me after the khutbah that outside this masjid there is places that we can go and there are activities that we can do that will unite our communities, strengthen our families, and make us better human beings, I'm open to hearing. But history tells us the masjid served for that purpose. It was successful in that person, and we need to continue acknowledging that success and being a part of that history. Last Friday, I was in Orlando at UCF, and after speaking to the students there, I was confronted by 4 teenagers studying at UCF. And they said, "Imam, how are you?" I said, "I'm fine." They said, "You don't remember us?" I said, "I don't, I'm sorry." They said, 14 years ago, you taught us Quran. I used to go to a neighboring city and teach Quran, where they never had a masjid. Started from a room in the back of a Shell gas station. And from there, they moved to a small unit. I never remembered those students, but they said something to me that hit me. They said, every day we wake up, we read Quran, and every day we read Quran, you get the reward for it. What did this tell me? That a sadaqah jariyah isn't just the bricks and the mortar. What is a sadaqah jariyah is how many lives we can touch, how many lives we can change, how many lives we can empower, and how we could realign humanity on a path of goodness. Every one of us has something in it. Everyone has a share to give from our wealth and our time. And it's due time that we make our masjid a replica of Masjid Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, where our masjid will continue to exist beyond our existence, beyond our children, beyond our grandchildren. That this masjid will serve not those who just come to it, but those who also need to come to it. Not just the Muslims, but the non-Muslims as well. This is the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He has chosen us to be a part of it. Let us benefit from this blessing. When the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man bana lillahi masjidan banallahu lahu baytan fil jannah," and I end with this, he did not mean just the walls. He meant what you will facilitate within those walls. We send salutations and blessings upon Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who showed us by his example what it means to be a community and what it means to strengthen ourselves as one ummah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala sayyidina Muhammad, abdika wa rasulika al-nabiy al-ummi, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa baraka wa sallama taslima. كثيرا كثيرا. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. رب اغفر وارحم وتجاوز عما تعلم إنك أنت العز الأكرم. اللهم إنا نسألك من الخير كله عاجله وآجله ما علمنا منه وما لم نعلم، ونعوذ بك اللهم من الشر كله عاجله وآجله ما علمنا منه وما لم نعلم. اللهم اشف مرضانا وعاف مبتلانا وارحم موتانا يا رب العالمين. آمين يا رب العالمين. آمين يا رب العالمين. آمين يا رب العالمين. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. فاذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. Please ensure that our lines are straight, stand shoulder to shoulder. Fill in all the gaps in between. Ensure the line in front of us is complete from both ends before we form a second line. There's still a lot of space inside the main hall. We request the brothers who are in the second room to please proceed inside and fill in the gaps.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والليل إذا يغشى والنهار إذا تجلى وما خلق الذكر والأنثى إن سعيكم لشتى فأما من أعطى واتقى وصدق بالحسنى فسنيسره لليسرى وأما من بخل واستغنى وكذب بالحسنى فسنيسره للعسرى وما يغني عنه ماله إذا تردى إن علينا للهدى وإن لنا للآخرة والأولى فأنذرتكم نارا تلظى لا يصلاها إلا الأشقى الذي كذب وتولى وسيجنبها الأتقى الذي يؤتي ماله يتزكى وما لأحد عنده من نعمة تجزى إلا ابتغاء وجه ربه ربه الأعلى ولسوف يرضى. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الله أكبر. الله أنت السلام أنت السلام تبارك يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. أستغفر الله ربي.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I have an announcement from the Election Commission today. We have early voting that started a couple of days ago, and it's on now today at the library from up till 4 o'clock today. So if you can go by the library and vote. And we'll also have the last day of early voting tomorrow from 1 to 3 p.m. Inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters in Islam, as we are leaving, just wanted to inform you all that our construction is now coming to its end phase. And alhamdulillah, a lot of us have pledged, and alhamdulillah, through your pledges and your donations, the masjid was able to get to where it is right now. We are still lacking some of the pledges, and we also are reaching out to the community for their contribution and donation. So inshallah, by completing this construction, we will be able to accommodate the dire need that we have for our sisters who are praying upstairs, and also for extra classrooms for children to continue learning throughout the course of the week. So we call upon you all, as we are looking for the long-term sustainability of this masjid, it's imperative that we complete the physical structure and the expansion that is ongoing, so that we can inshallah collectively, in a unified fashion, with one purpose, and alhamdulillah, with one goal, work towards a community center that will take care of us and our children and for generations to come. So please contribute on your way out. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you in your wealth, in your health, in your families, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us maximum return. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullah khair.